Gary, thank you for your time. And just an update firstly on the injury situation. How's Callum Woods and Calvin Noah doing?
They both had scans on Monday, Tuesday, and it came back that they're going to be out for several weeks. How long that will be, I can't say, because each one's different and each individual recovers at a different rate. So I think it would be wrong of me to sit here and say, oh, it's going to be 2 weeks, it's going to be 4 weeks, it's going to be 6 weeks, because you just don't know. But the main point is that we look after them properly now and then make sure that when they come back, however long that is, that they're back for the rest of the season, rather than trying to rush them, gamble, say, and then completely rule them out for the rest of the season.
In an ideal world, would you like them back for the last month, maybe?
For Saturday, in an ideal world that we're talking about, but yeah, like you say, it's difficult to put a time frame on it. If they're both back for the last month, that would be fantastic.
How big a loss are the pair for you?
Yeah, definitely. I think when I first came in, I said that the numbers that we had on the training pitch weren't that great in terms of the first team of players that are available, and to have lost two in the first 45 minutes of being the manager, it's tough. But what it has done is obviously it's provided an opportunity for the others to come in and stake a claim, which I thought both of them have done.
Yeah, because the likes of Amara Patrick and Josh Wright were both on the bench, not been on the bench that often this season. Is that going back to the whole clean slate idea for you as well?
Well, yeah, definitely. I'm not going to say a clean slate to the players and then not put them on for that. But at the same time, I think that the only two that were missing out then was Luca and Joe Riley. So, that just shows you, in terms of the lack of numbers that we have.
On Amara Patrick, what are you hoping that he can bring in this closing stage of the season?
Well, the boy's got some pace, the boy's got some power, a little bit different to the rest of the forward line in that sense. Obviously Sean Scannell's missing, but he's doing well step by step, and he gives us that pace and power. So that's what Amari provides, and we've been working hard with him today on it to utilise his assets even better. Yeah,
what are the reports that you've had on Amari so far?
Well, I suffered a defeat at close hands against him when he scored for his Bradford debut, so against Blackpool. So, we're aware of that. But like I say, he's someone different to the rest of the squad.
And just looking at how things have gone in the last couple of games, how do you sum up the last two games, your first two games in charge?
The first one was very good to get the win, and then the second one against the leaders. Thought we might have started a bit nervous, which to be expected, human nature. They're the top of the league, but even though we said to go and have a go at them, but I thought we grew into the game. And then second half, like I say, we had a go with the ball, and we played more how we wanted it, how I would want our team to play. We didn't threaten the goal. We had a meeting with the players, a debrief of the game this morning, and we went through some clips, and they were very good, they were very honest, and that was the one thing that frustrated them a little bit, is that they huffed and puffed, but didn't force enough in terms of goal attempts, crosses. So that's something that we spoke about looking to take into Saturday's game. I think the mentality of the group's been good, the way that they've grown stronger in second halves in both games. So a lot of positives. The belief is massive with them, and the thing is, we're trying to give them as much information as quickly as we can, and we've got to be careful we don't provide them with overload. But you can see in those two games that what we've tried to say to them, the principles of play that we expect, they've took on board. I think they're enjoying it, and so now it's a case of pushing them further on that and getting some results.
When you consider as well what you've been saying about the belief there, how much of the last two performances, considering the calibre of the opponents as well, strengthened your belief about survival?
Well, if you'd have been in the dressing room on Tuesday, you would have seen, the frustration from them, that they hadn't got something from the game, and there are times when obviously you lose a game where you learn a hell of a lot, and I learned a hell of a lot about their character in terms of just watching them, the frustration, and just listening to things that they were coming out with. You know, they really care, and they really want to, you know, the remaining games, they want to make a success of it.
I think something that maybe had been called in question before your time, but with Portsmouth and Walsall, there wasn't enough fight, maybe enough character. Can you obviously have seen that in that dressing room then? Definitely,
I think you saw that in the performances. There were times against Peterborough where we had to fight, we had to dig in at 0-0, and we had to block and keep going. And you saw the reaction when we conceded that penalty, how much a clean sheet meant to them. Well, that's fight, that's pride. And the same again on Tuesday night. You know, that you only have to look at how Luton reacted at the final whistle. You know, they knew how tough a game they'd been put through, and they knew what a tough game it was going to be for them coming to us. We have to take that confidence from those two performances and keep fighting. Whilst I'm here, and we said it to the players, so I'm a bit concerned that you've got my office typed or wired up, because I've laid it on the line to them today. They fight for every minute that we're here.
On the final third situation you mentioned on Tuesday night, that mean that a little bit more there. What have you been working on in that sense ahead of this one?
I'm doing more in that final third. I'm not going to tell you all our patterns, am I? Because knowing Carl Robinson, he'll be listening to this. But no, in all seriousness, just you know, getting more crosses into the box. We've got people that can score goals, and they need service in that final third area. So it's something that, you know, we need to win football matches. It's as simple as that. So to do that, you've got to score goals. I know that sounds a bit of a cliche, but it's a fact. And you know, we'll go through it again with them tomorrow, and then hopefully can produce the goods on Saturday.
And on Oxford, what have you made of them so far?
Well, they've got some good footballers. They've got some pace, but like every team in this league, you know, you look at them and you can identify their strengths, and then you can also look at them and identify areas where you feel that you can exploit. There'll be no doubt doing exactly the same, but we've done that, and we've prepared the players for it.
And just on the game itself, how big a game is this now for Bradford City in the course of their season?
Well, unfortunately, you boys aren't going to like me, because I'm a football manager and it's the next game, and it's worth 3 points. The entertainment world would like you to, or like me to, build it up into something different and give us a greater amount of points than the actual game is, but I can only go Saturday, one game at a time. Cliche again, got to stop coming out with them, because you'll get bored of me, because I'm bored of saying them. But just that's exactly it. It's the next game of football for us. We've made progress throughout the 2 games, and we need to go and make progress again on Saturday.
Lovely stuff.